What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, 207 Nano Reefing. So, I had a question the other day about what light and top I use. Now, I did answer it in the comments, but I figured this might be a little easier. So, I run a 100 watt night crew light. It is that light right there. In all honesty, I wish I would have went with 250s just so I could spread it out a little more. But for my tank, the 100 watt works pretty decent. I really don't have any dull spots. The whole tank gets really decent light. So, have I done a UV light test? No. And do I plan to? No, not really. Or spectrum test, sorry. Have I done a light spectrum test? No. And do I plan to? No, not really. But I wish I would have got the 250s. I feel like it would have been a little easier to upgrade. Now, when I do upgrade, I really think I'm going to go with a 40 breeder. So the 100 watt may be perfect for it, you know? And honestly, if I have to, I'll get another 100 watt and I'll just put 200 watts on it. Will that be overkill? Probably. But I bet it'll grow some fucking wicked good coral. I did overfeed today. As you guys can see, the fish are going crazy right now. I just fed them. I didn't realize how big of a pinch of fish food I had, and I just dumped it in there. But it is what it is. The cleanup crew will get it. The coral will probably get a couple pieces, and it is what it is. But yeah, so I run a 100 watt night crew light, and my lid is literally just a piece of plexiglass. It's a piece of plexiglass. I'll get a close up of it later in the video. But it's a 2-piece plexiglass. It doesn't have a mesh or anything in it, so it kind of helps with the evaporation. I don't lose a lot of water from evaps. Honestly, my auto top off's a 5-gallon bucket, and I haven't filled that thing since January, so it's been almost 3 full months. If that says anything about how often. Now, it is getting warmer here in Maine, so will I lose more? Yeah, probably. I'll have to turn the heater off here probably within the next month or two. It just gets so hot upstairs. Last year, I made the mistake of keeping it on, and one day I come up here and the coral was looking a little shitty, and I looked at the temperature in my tank, and it was almost fucking damn near 90 degrees. So I was basically cooking shit. So this year, I'm going to turn it off early and just keep an eye on the temperature, and if I have to, I'll turn it on to warm the tank up a little bit. But yeah, so the lid is just a two-piece plexiglass. I got one right here, and then the other one's on the other side. Right here. And like I said, I'll get a close-up of it near the end of the video. My light schedule for my night crew is 8 a.m. The lights come on, just the blues come on. And then from 8 to 9, the blues ramp up to 100%. So they come on pretty strong and come on quick. When 9 o'clock hits, my whites start to come on. So it's not quite 9 o'clock yet. I got about 5-6 more minutes. So the whites aren't even on yet, but we're damn near at 100. I bet it's at 97, 96%. Let me take a look. 88, sorry, it's at 88%. So in the next 5 minutes, it'll be at 100. But then the whites come on at 9. And those take a while. They only go up to 5%. So they peak at like 12:30, 12:15, 12:30, and they only peak for like 15-20 minutes. And then the whites start to come down. 5:30, the whites come off. And then from 5:30 to 6, 5:30 to 6:30, sorry, the whites, the blues dim down from 100 to 60%. And then from 6:30 to 8, the whites dim down, the blues dim down to 0. Sorry, I keep getting confused. But yeah, that's my light, and that's my light schedule. I've been doing this schedule since the beginning of the year. I changed it around. I wasn't running any whites at all for just about the damn near the whole first year. I didn't like the whites. I like the look of the blue. I think it makes the coral pop a little better. But when I added the SPS, they needed more light, and they needed more, I guess, stronger light, as I can how to put it. So I had to turn the lights on, but I only do 5%. Am I gonna go up? I really don't know for right now. No, everything is happy. Everything's growing. I mean, my rainbow acropora has turned from purple to a greenish to a gold. It's got a little blue in there. My Garth Bonsai is damn near encrusted all over the glue. It's just about touching the frag plug. The bird's nest has doubled, if not almost tripled in size. And the bubblegum digi and the fire forest digi, they're loving it right now. I am going to move the bubblegum. It's behind the rock. This forest fire right here, the one that wasn't doing too hot, he's still not doing good. I'm trying to give it a little more time, but because you never know with coral. Like, one day you could come in and things going to look fucking great. So if that does die, and if I actually pull it out, then I'll move the bubblegum up there, just so it can be seen. The Poecilophora skin was just about whitish. It wasn't bleaching or anything, it's just how it came. And ever since I moved it where it is, right in the middle there, the skin has turned green. The polyps have extended like crazy. I've never seen that thing so happy. The Slimer is damn near encrusted all the way on the plug, and like I said in an old video, it's growing another branch. Oh, it's branching out, so that's good. Everything really has adapted to this light. My Duncan, I was looking at it last night, and I found 2 more heads on it. So it had 12, now it's got 14, possibly 15. Everything is loving this, the consistency that I'm doing, and the every week water change, and the testing that I'm doing. I'm only testing alkalinity and phosphate right now religiously because I'm trying to get my phosphates down. They were quite high, so I'm trying to get those down. I'm going to test again today. I was going to test last night, but after work I laid down in bed, and one thing led to another, and I ended up fucking passing out. So got to test today before I go to work tonight, and I got to test my alkalinity. My alkalinity, I'm pretty sure, is fine. It was a little, I wouldn't say high, but it was higher than it normally is. It was an 8.6 the last time I checked. And normally my tank runs about 8.4, 8.2. It never gets below 8. So, and that's really where I like it. I like it in the 8 range. So, I mean, as long as it doesn't get above 10, I'm happy. But yeah, everything loves my light and my light schedule. So, yeah, let's get a close-up of the lid, and I'll show you guys that. Like I said, I can't remember who I bought it off Etsy, so I can't like promote their page or whatever, because I honestly don't remember. It's been a year. This tank did come with a lid, but I bought the freshwater tank, not the saltwater tank, so the light wasn't good enough for coral. So I still have it in the back room there. But this lid works great. It doesn't dim the light at all because it's clear plexiglass. So the only thing I gotta do is I gotta wipe it off every week with the water change. But that's nothing, you know. I'll show you guys now, but I am going to paint back here. So I'm gonna set right from this line. I'm gonna paint this all black. I have a sponge back here to help. I had some algae growing in the middle back chamber, and so I'm gonna paint that all black, and hopefully that will help not get the light back there, and the algae won't grow. So, because the sponge is kind of messing with my auto top-off sensor, and it's not letting it refill. I have to remove the sponge, and then the sensor's like, oh, we're low on water, so you got to fill it back up. It's not the biggest deal, you know, but it is something I need to take care of. Been saying I'm going to do that for a couple weeks now, and I just haven't found the time. But as you guys can see, this tank is loving life. It's very colorful. I am extremely proud of this tank, as I said in other videos. We'll get some of the candy cane over here, and we'll say good morning to the goby. He's such a cool fish, man. He really is. The mushrooms love it over here. I've never seen them so flat, so to speak. This mushroom, I gotta move it. I thought it was a good idea to put it in the middle here, but I think it's too much flow right there, and it's just not liking it. As you can see, it's coming off the snail shell, which I kind of want it to come off the snail shell anyways, because the hermits, I had some old margarita snails, I think they were called, and most of them died for some reason. This is a year ago. Most of them died for some reason, and the shells are still in there. Well, some of the hermits have taken over some of those shells, so I don't want a hermit to take over that shell, and then it's carrying around the fucking mushroom all day long. But, yeah, so I'm going to move that probably over here with the other mushrooms, try to get it in a less flow area. I may even try it over here, but this has still got some decent flow right here, so it may not like it. But, get a close-up of the bubble gum. Looks alright. Some hermits may have been on it this morning. I guess it looks better without the... Oops, sorry. It looks better with not through the camera. So, it looks better in person. But that Duncan, man, he's huge. And the jack-o'-lantern's growing. Just melting everywhere. My Blasto, loving it. But yeah, so that's my lid. And that's my light. I do have a controller for it over here, right here. I recommend getting a controller if you guys get the Night Crew light. It's way easier to use. It's very easy to set up. If I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. So, like I've said in all the videos, it does have buttons up here, but I've never used them, so I don't know how you can, if you can dial it in like you can with the controller. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. And like I said, I did answer the question in the comments, but I feel like this video would be a little easier to explain it to you. I could show you in person, you know what I mean? And, well, not in person, but I could show you. And for me, it's easier to learn things if I'm being shown, not told. So, but yeah, so question of the day, guys. This is going on the lid topic. I know it's kind of a little random, but what do you guys use for a lid? Do you guys use, because I know my buddy at Main Reef, he's got a, almost looks like the Kraken lids. It's got mesh on it, but like this one, no mesh whatsoever. It's 100% plexiglass. It's got these holes right here, and this is where I feed them, but, yeah, so what do you guys use for a lid? Or do you go no lid? I know some tanks go no lid. I was going to go no lid at first, but with the Dottie and the Rasp, and even Wrasse, and even the Clownfish, man, sometimes the female's a little mean to the male, and he'll fucking swim away and jump. Like, I watched him jump over my, random flow generator last night right before bed. As soon as the lights come off, she turns into a fucking bitch for some reason. And she chases him away. And he swam right up there and jumped right over it. And I was like, whew, thank God I had the fucking lid on. So, but yeah, what do you guys use for a lid? So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, answer the question of the day. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.